All right, hey guys, Jimmy Yen from Achieve Integrative Health, and today is Wednesday. So Wednesday, we're gonna continue the topic of kind of similar to related to neuropathy. It's diabetes, right? What inspired me to talk about this is actually a patient of ours who's getting phenomenal results after just 1 month of treatments with us. So wanted to talk about it because diabetes is another thing that we do treat in our clinic, and this is a common result that we get with diabetes. I know you may hear some like advertisements, or they're like, oh, this so and so, this pill does so and so for this disease. However, and then the small print is like, oh, but this is not a common result, right? So this is not that type of post. This is a post of this is our common results. We commonly get this type of results. Okay, so diabetes. Now we're talking about type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes. Okay, this patient had yo-yoing blood sugar, right? So not all diabetics have this yo-yoing blood sugar, but this one specifically, her blood sugar would just be like a roller coaster. Like those roller coaster rides, the Texas Giant at the Texas Six Flags of Texas, right? It's like the blood sugar. This is her sugar levels. Her sugar levels are just yo-yoing like crazy. I mean, it would drop to like 60, and then it would be 300, right? This is a recipe for a stroke. This is a recipe for disaster, right? And get this patient was on insulin. Tons of insulin, 30-something units, 40-something units, insulin, medications, tried, and so still, even despite that, so much yo-yoing, right? So the medications couldn't control it, and she was just getting worse. Actually, she was getting even worse. Sometimes she had a 400. It's just kind of ridiculous, right? And so why does it not work? Well, here's the current treatment model. Okay, is the focus is on two main organs: your pancreas, which secretes the insulin, right, and the liver, which stores sugar. And so all medications are focused on replacing. See, this secretes insulin. So when you inject insulin, you're injecting insulin. So when you inject insulin, that makes your pancreas lazy, because your pancreas is like, oh, you're already giving me insulin. Why do I need more? Why do I need to work? I should just stay home, and not work, right? So that's what happens when you provide insulin for the body, right? Temporarily it might help, but over time your pancreas gets lazier and lazier and lazier. And it just says, hey, I don't need to work. You've been doing all the work for me. You've been giving me all the insulin. I don't need to produce insulin, right? And then you got the liver. The liver stores the sugar, right? Stores the sugar into fat cells. And so, and then it also releases sugar. So then you got medications that prevent the liver from releasing sugar, right? So that's what the current treatment model is about, right? And so, as you can see, diabetes is getting worse. It's not getting better in the U.S., right? And so this current focus, may not be the right one, right? So what's the traditional way? Traditional way, as in traditional Chinese medicine, which is what we practice here at Achieve Integrative Health, is every organ can affect your blood sugar, not just these two. So in this situation, for this patient right here, the three main organs that we focused on, one was her heart, her lungs, and her adrenals. They were all fatigued, okay? And so just to let you know what the result, just over 4 weeks, 1 month of treatments with acupuncture and herbs, we didn't change her diet. We didn't tell her to go exercise. All we introduced was two things, two variables. The first one was acupuncture. Write this down in a different color. So we did acupuncture. I'll say acu plus herbs. That was the only two things that we changed. Okay, two variables that we changed. I'm a biochemist background, so I don't like to throw the kitchen sink at people and hope something works. So we changed variables one at a time. So we just added acupuncture and herbs, and over 4 weeks, right? she went back to her endocrinologist, and her endocrinologist was shocked. Her blood sugar had improved so much that they were able to reduce more than 50% of her insulin. That's just after 4 weeks, okay? And her blood sugar has not been fluctuating like this crazy. It's still fluctuating, okay? It's not completely reversed, but it's definitely, I believe her fasting sugars were closer to 100s, and no more of those 300 spikes. No more of those, okay? So that was just after 4 weeks of acupuncture and herbs at Achieve Integrative Health. So how did we do it? Well, we didn't focus on just these two, the current way. What we did was we figured out which organs were dysfunctioning, because every organ can cause diabetes, okay? Every organ dysfunction can cause diabetes. We found that her heart, her lungs, and her adrenal glands weren't functioning at optimal levels. So what we did was we did acupuncture and herbs to restore the function of the heart, lungs, and adrenal. And when we did that, this fluctuation is now, I would say, like this. It's like 50% better. That's her new fluctuation, okay? We're still working on to minimize the fluctuation even more. But just after 4 weeks, see, it's all about when you're treating diabetes, this is why diabetes is so hard to treat, is because if you just focus on the current way of treating pancreas and liver, it's a hit or miss. You may, if it just so happens it is the pancreas and liver, then the insulin, the medications will work, will help, right? But if it's not, then you're just going to be allowing the patient yo-yo for the rest of their life, right? And so by finding the root, this is what we call by root cause. Everybody talks about the root cause. What is truly the root cause? The root cause is organ dysfunction. You need to find the organ dysfunction and fix it. If you don't find the organ that's dysfunctioning, you're not going to be able to fix it. So we found the heart, lungs, and adrenals were the reason, and therefore that's why her blood sugar, just within 4 weeks, not even changing her diet, not even exercising, it was reduced, right? But now we're going to implement the diet and the exercise, and that's going to be the permanent fix. But we had a great start. It was super exciting because her endocrinologist was excited also that we were able to help minimize the fluctuation of her blood sugar, right? So thought this was an interesting case, and thought that if you are suffering from yo-yoing blood sugars and diabetes type 2, like going from 60 to 300 or maybe into 400, there is another solution, okay? It's finding the root cause. And if you need that help, contact our office, or if you know someone who is suffering. And if you're not in Austin, okay, still give us a call, contact us, email us, and we train acupuncturists all around the world, so we can help you find an acupuncturist that has trained in our specific diabetes protocol. All right, guys. Jimmy Yin from Achieve Integrative Health. When you think of acupuncture, you think of Achieve Integrative Health. And as always, remember, everything in life is achievable, but it's up to you to make it happen.